Okay, so I got my clay here. I was really careful to tuck the tail. I wet my paper towel. You might find that the paper towel is a little bit dry over the weekend, so if you want to re-wet it, you can. And I have been wrapping up my extra clay with the wet paper towel, so if you want to do that also, it's a good idea. And once you have sculpted the body of your dragon, I know a lot of you are about halfway there, but you're not totally there. Once your dragon body is sculpted and you like the way it looks, I leave it on my tray because it's long and skinny like a piece of spaghetti, and it's going to be very easy to break if you start picking it up and up and up and putting it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, okay, put it down, pick it up, put it. You don't want it to break. So I'm going to leave him on my tray. And I'm going to get my extra clay today, and I'm going to start thinking about legs. And this leg does not have to be perfect. This is just the start of the leg. And that's really important to remember about clay. We start with the basic 3D forms, and then we're going to add a lot more detail later on. So start real basic today. So I'm going to take my clay, and I'm actually going to start the same way that I did with the body. I'm going to squeeze it into a little bit of a sausagey shape. So I got my brand new sausagey shape. That's a very technical art term, sausagey shape. And I have a little paint on there from my tray. If you have the same thing and it's bugging you, let me know, and I have more aluminum foil to cover your trays. But once I get it in that sausage formation, I put it down on my canvas mat, and I will roll it with my fingers. You don't have to roll it with your fingers. It's just easier for me. So I roll it with my fingers, and I roll it out, and I roll it out, and I roll it out, and I roll it out. And oh my goodness, my clay is cracking! But I'm not going to panic. If it really bugs you, you can open up your slip container that you're sharing with other people, and you can dip one finger in, put a little bit of water on just to moisten it up a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. I always have one person, they're generally 6th graders, no offense 6th graders, but they start to, and this happened at Ceramics Club with me on Thursday, start to like slather and lather the slip all over themselves. Please don't go crazy. This came from the earth. This can turn back into mudnik if it gets way too wet, so don't go too crazy. You want a little water if it's cracking, but nothing too major. And then, once you have a coil, I cut it in half, and I measure to make sure they're about the same size before I do anything else, because I'm going to make 2 legs on my dragon, and I'm going to pretend I work in a little factory, and I'm going to do them at the same time to make my life easier. So I have 2 long little spaghettis of clay. And for me, my dragon has long legs, but my dragon is going to crouch. So there's going to be a bend at his knee and a bend at his ankle. I guess my dragon's a boy. So I take my clay, and I just slowly bend it. And it might start to break, so I might add a little bit of water. Oh, no, it's okay.
It's water?
Well, it's liquid clay. You're right. The slip is liquid clay, but do you see how it kind of separated? And on top, it's just watery. And I make this wacky little Z shape. Now again, your leg might be different than mine. It might not look like a little Z shape, but I kind of like to start with the Z, and I'll show you why. But before I do anything with attaching it, I'm going to make my other Z shape. And what I like to do is I like to compare them before I put them on my dragon. Are they the same size? Are they the same shape? Which way should they go? If not, I can use my wooden tool just to cut it. I can use my fingers to squish it. But I want them to be about the same before I put the legs on my dragon, just to make my life easier, because I'm lazy and I want this to be easy and fun for me. And I want it to be easy and fun for you. Cut.